some of these regex properties and then see them how they can be set and how they return true if they are properly set in an expression. So the first one I'm talking about or demonstrating is the global property. So we want to see if it will return true if we set the /g flag. So return true. Returns true if the G flag is set. So I want to change this to flag G. Since we are working with flag G and dot all, the property will change to global. And let's see, you can see what it returns is true because the flag G is set. And then the property is able to detect that the flag G is set, and that is why it returns true. So let's take a look at the next one as indices properties. So the as indices property return true if the /d flag is set. So if we just change this to D, I'll change this to as indices. You can see it returns true. Return true if the /d flag is set. You can see this also returns true. So the as indices properties also will return true if the /d flag is set on a pattern. Let's take a look at the next one, the ignore case property. The ignore case property returns true if the /I flag is set. So let's check that as well. So I'll change this to high for the the ignore case property. Then I will pass. Before that, I want to change this to return true if the I flag is set. Then I will change the property to ignore case. Ignore case. Then this also returns true, as you can see right on my screen. Then let's move on to the next one, the multiline property. The multiline property returns true if the /m flag is set. So let's check for this multiline property as well. So if the /m flag is set, then you can check if a multiline flag is set, and this can be changed, and then you can see that this also returns true. Now the next one is the sticky property. Yeah, the sticky property returns true if the /y flag is set. So here we're trying to set for flag Y. So if this will change to flag Y, and I can also change this to the correct property, which is sticky. And this will return true as well if the /y flag is set. And let me check the next one, the Unicode property. The Unicode property returns true if the U flag is set. So let's set the U flag and see the output to see if it will return true. U flag, this will change to U, and this also will change to Unicode. You can see it also returns true because the U flag is set. Now let's look at the last one, the Unicode set property. The Unicode set property returns true if the /f flag is set. Don't forget that the Unicode set property is an upgrade to the Unicode property that we just checked. So the V flag is an upgrade to U flag. So this will change to V this way. This also will change to V. And now I can change this to Unicode set. And you can see that this also returns true because the v flag is set. So this is how you know, or this is how you test to know if a flag is correctly or properly set in your expression using the properties of a regex expression. And one thing I want you to take note is the fact that all this property returns a Boolean value, which can either be yes or no, which translates to the true or false that you can see on the screen as the output are being returned from each of these properties that we're checking or that we are testing in the code editor. So this is very important. It only returns Boolean value. So the value can either be a yes, which is 1, or 0, which is or no, which is 0. And that in JavaScript terms will translate to what we call a true or for a truth or false value.